Your freedom is being watched, not by cameras, but by an invisible architecture woven into code. With every click, every search, every digital step, you build an impression that is being used to predict and subtly influence every choice you make. The Digital Panopticon is not a place. It is the state of being constantly tracked, and your personal freedom depends on you stepping out of the shadow of this surveillance. Your presence and your awakening of consciousness depend on you understanding the watching eyes inside your screen. Your freedom is at stake. Maybe you feel a subtle fatigue, an existential restlessness. It's the weight of convenience. The price of modern life is the surrender of a data footprint that becomes your own cell. In this video, we are going to unravel why the great prisons of our time do not have iron bars. They are algorithmic. The philosopher Michel Foucault left us the concept of the panopticon, a model of discipline where power functions through internalized total surveillance. The individual self-disciplines, knowing they can be observed, transforming themselves into a docile body. In today's world, this is called digital panopticism. It traps us with the constant threat of monitoring, inducing self-censorship and conformity. For spiritual truth, the first step is the sovereignty of your own presence. The true prison is not the surveillance itself, but its internalization. The invisible cage has no bars. It is the internalized certainty that we are tracked in real time. Habits, preferences, and even emotions. The price of convenience is a constant stream of data. For the soul seeking inner silence, this constant data drain is a noise that prevents the soul from being heard. The most serious effect is self-censorship. What if the fear of being judged or misinterpreted online is silencing the most authentic voice within your chest? What is your inner path failing to reveal because of the chilling effect of constant surveillance? But the Digital Panopticon is not content to just observe. It has become a sculptor of realities. The question is no longer, what am I seeing? But, what are they choosing for me to see? The algorithm is the new architect. It uses your digital footprint to build a profile so accurate that it can predict, and subtly influence, your choices. This is not magic. It is the science of shaping perception. What is presented to you as the world is, in fact, your personalized reality, created in a filter bubble. Ancient wisdom has always taught us to seek the truth through the diversity of viewpoints and self-listening. But digital echo chambers silence the opposing view, suppressing what disturbs the programmed narrative. No inner transformation is possible without friction with what is different, without the courage to question the reality that is served to us. Think of your mind as a garden. The algorithmic architect does not allow you to plant what you desire. It only reinforces the seeds it already knows will grow, harvesting the fruits of your attention. And why is this architecture of perception built? Because, in the panopticon, the most valuable commodity is not the gold you possess, but the time you dedicate. You are not just using a product. You have become the product. You are the product. Our data, our clicks, our incessant presence, all of this has immense commercial value. The Digital Panopticon is sustained by the currency of attention, and data brokers sell your personal information, impacting real-world opportunities. In this exchange, we are subjected to behavioral incentives and an obscure art of psychological persuasion. The search for reconnection with the self is sabotaged by the constant need for external engagement. Our biology responds to what vibrates within, but the digital world seeks to rewrite this vibration, moving us away from the natural rhythm of the soul. Before touching any screen, practice 1 minute of conscious breathing. This is the simplest act of sovereignty, reclaiming your attention to the only place no one can track, the now. But there is a much older and deeper surveillance. It is the one that has neither cameras nor data brokers, but registers every intention of the soul. It is the cosmic gaze that Helena Blavatsky invited us to recognize. The erosion of autonomy in the digital world steals the power of choice from us, leaving us with the acceptance of suggestions. This is the loss of our sovereignty. Here, Helena Blavatsky's thought becomes a powerful mirror. She spoke about spiritual or karmic surveillance, not as a punitive God, but as the law of karma. Every action and every thought are registered in the fabric of the cosmos and have consequences. The universe listens to you when you learn to listen to yourself. Digital karma is external surveillance. Real karma is the internal record. Here, Blavatsky's teaching on openness and transparency gains a new digital meaning. She advocated for the elimination of the ego's illusions and the search for truth. If the external world is a web of digital surveillance, our only real defense is radical transparency with ourself. It is honesty with oneself that nullifies the predictive power of the algorithm. What the digital watchman does outside, we must do inside. Ethical self-scrutiny. Spiritual awakening requires us to confront our shadow, our conformity, the self-censorship we accept out of fear. True emotional healing begins where you stop fighting what you feel and start embracing your wholeness, free from external and algorithmic judgment. Remember, not all pain is punishment. Some pains are masters that teach us to reclaim our inner autonomy. The law of karma, Blavatsky's spiritual surveillance, demands transparency from us. If the surveillance of the external world is inevitable, the soul's answer lies in the deepest transparency and internal coherence. It is time to reclaim sovereignty. The answer to the invisible cage is not flight, but conscious digital existence. Blavatsky advocated for the search for truth and the elimination of the ego's illusions. In the digital context, this is transparency. Being yourself with ethics and integrity, despite what the algorithm recommends. Contemplation and silence are our most powerful tools. If the Panopticon induces us to be docile bodies, our rebellion is to become awakened souls. Find your inner temple. Breathe. Say, I do not run after the light. I become the lamp lit in the dark. It is the exercise of cultivating presence and critical thinking that answers the question about the meaning of life beyond superficiality. True personal freedom is not the absence of surveillance, but the integrity of your response to it. If we accept the passive discipline of the digital panopticon, we lose the inner path. If we embrace Blavatsky's spiritual surveillance, accepting the registration of our deepest intentions, we find sovereignty. Breathe this light, which is your truth, and know, you are not lost or without paths. You are in transformation. And what if the pressure of digital conformity you feel today is, in fact, a portal for you to become the architect of your own inner reality, free and authentic? If something inside you has calmed or awakened upon hearing these words, allow yourself to continue. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to walk with us along this road of fertile silence, discoveries, and reconnection. Leave your experience in the comments. Your sharing is also a seed of healing for other hearts. And if you are looking for a safe harbor to nourish this newly lit flame and find those who walk on the same frequency, our community is the sanctuary where fertile silence is shared and deepened. And to continue expanding your sanctuary of clarity, we suggest the video that is on the card. May it be a breath, peace and light.